happening between Chike, Frank, and Sandra, the marriage was called off. So in a situation like this, given that this one is happening, divorce is happening one side, that one is threatening the wife with the word divorce so she could shrink and maybe get scared. He would probably have done that if she did not like act and miss what he thought she would do. So the divorce case is one side and Chike's issue is the other side. So ladies in the studio, what do you have to say about it? Okay. Mabel?
Yeah.
Oh, this spotlight, I'm going to ask for it. Okay, so which one should I talk about first now? This couple that, the one that told the wife, I want to divorce you. Was he joking?
No, it was actually serious about it.
So why is he now making it look like it will be the woman's fault if the children come from a broken home? If they do, he's the one that broke it because he's the one that suggested with divorce. Maybe he was overwhelmed that day. You know, emotions can be everywhere. You just feel like you're tired. It's exhausting. I can't just be in this. That's why they used to tell people to always calm down, not take decisions or not say anything. When you're calm and relaxed, you think about it and say, is this really what I want?
Yeah.
So once you say it, you know, okay, you've put this word out there. So I think even for the woman and the man, we should know how to control ourselves or what we say when we are angry. Now, see, that woman has taken it to heart. Which brings me to ask, what has she been tolerating in the marriage that will make her to? It's as if she was just waiting for, you say the word and I'll jump. And immediately the divorce word came. Also, she ran out. And
or maybe it's not the first time.
Or maybe it's not the first time. Maybe he has been giving, so I don't tire. Maybe he has not said divorce, so we just say I don't tire. This kind of thing, you will know when somebody is already giving up. Then he now finally says divorce. That one, you know the way society sees is bing bing bing. And another thing, there's a stereotype around divorce when it comes to women. They make it look like it's her shame. You are irresponsible. Yeah. You're not a role model to younger. Yes, you didn't build your home. You didn't make your marriage work. And they'll say, I want to make it work. And sometimes women will always start begging, but she didn't do that. And usually, a man told me when a man, this coming from a man, he told me when a man opens his mouth to tell you that he doesn't want again, just leave. That is the honest a man can be to you. And it's very rare to see. Some men will just endure and leave you. Maybe they will go outside. They will just leave you to be in that thing called marriage. You'll just be in the idea of it, but you won't even enjoy marriage. So for a man to clearly come out and tell you, just honor his word and go. Because you begging him, is it that he will not say, okay, I've changed my mind, let's continue? That you're staying in something you begged for. You're no more in marriage again. You're just in an agreement that they are pitying you. So I think what she did is that she chose herself first. She walked out of it. Whether you now come to say, I was joking, let's do this. That one is not emotional, broken home, no broken home. No, she deserves better. So I think, what she did was okay. And as for this Frank Edoho case, many stories are coming from it. Edoho is saying they had divorced secretly, calmly. You know, some celebrities don't like to bring their lifestyle outside. So they've already divorced 2 years ago. That's only close friends and relatives that had just been consoling them and reaching out to them during the period of their divorce. So now this affair with Chike, I don't know if it's coming prior to the divorce or... So I don't even know if this what led to the divorce. But the best to them. These people are adults. I don't want with you again. Even Frank doesn't want with Sandra again. So she's with Chike. Why does that make Chike the bad person? That thing looks like they've been divided already inside that marriage already. So that's just my own take on that. They are all adults. They should move on with each other or whoever they like. You know.
Before we come to our counselor, let's hear children.
You're not serious.
I like it like mad. That first story, give me joy. Because why are you threatening me? Why are you saying stuff like that? And that thing he said was built on a culture of, even like when a partner cheats or a man cheats, it's expected that the woman begs. She's the one that should, pray, be held responsible. And she's like, no, I will not do this. And you mentioned that whenever the man sent her money before, she would be like, she will
Thank you, appreciate you.
Show appreciation profusely. And it's like, okay, you have sent me money, received. That means for her to be that grateful before, that means she has endured a lot in that situation. And she decided that, you know what, I am going to carry my kids and go. Each or divorce, let me help you with the process. Let me carry my things and go. And then now she's, there's this thing, I've forgotten what it's called, where people, we all have it, Sha, where you want people to always rely on you, to be dependent on you, because that their reliance on you makes you feel like the bigger person, like you are lord over them. And once you decide that, oh, I don't need you anymore, you have stripped away like
Their
pride
power.
and ego and power from them,
Yeah.
and they will do anything to want to get you back.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I'm not going to rely on you. Thank God I have a job, I have something I'm doing. I'm going to put all of that energy I'm using to beg you to talk to me, beg you to work on your own marriage instead of wanting divorce. I'm going to use that energy, put on my own children and put on myself. And once he saw that, oh, she's doing great, he came back again. What are you coming back for? As me, she begged. No man for use her eyes, she shaggy.
They would have called for family meetings.
Yeah, for chickens, Sandra, nothing concern those people. They have cheating is wrong. Finish. And I said it on Discover. I'm going to say it again, right? I like how people are. They will come and attack me, but I like how men are crying, Sha. Because if reverse was the case, it's just like, oh, that's how men are. That men are polygamous in nature. But it's to show you that cheating hurts both people.
Yeah.
Be it a man or a woman. So we should abhor cheating in its entirety. We should not allow it to be happening. We should not normalize it. If a woman is cheated on, tear it down. If a man is cheated on, tear it down.
Yeah.
Nobody is meant to endure or pray for a cheating partner. Nobody.
Exactly.
It's unkind for you to tell somebody that they cheated on to go and fast and pray on the mountain. It's unkind because they are hurting.
Yeah.
It's annoying. It's annoying, really. So that's all I have to say.
Counselor, ma'am.
It's interesting listening to all of you. I actually agree that it's very, very unkind. It has been unkind for a very long time. And I don't think the Chike situation is helping. When I go online and I see the kind of discussions that are being had, the truth is anything around issues like this is never black and white. There are so many gray areas. And this situation is different from the next situation.
Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about infidelity, but the circumstances are not the same. It's like saying this pregnancy is the same with that pregnancy just because we all can get pregnant. And then you just generalize. It's never that easy, you know. But I would just like to say that when Mabel was saying, it's like stigma on that divorce tag is a stigma on women, even men now, because there is no one. I, for one, as a mother, would never, ever, let me add ever again, allow for my child to marry anyone that's been divorced, because like our elders say, the whip that they used for the first wife
person, yeah.
is still hanging there waiting. And so it doesn't matter whether it was a mistake, because if you're saying I married an idiot before, what does that make you? You who married her or you who married him? You've not been able to talk through the whatever it was that was wrong?
Oh, yes.
Because I mean, if you married a monster, what does that say about you? Some people will say, oh, she hid her behavior, he hid his behavior. But if we really want to be honest, Courage, can you really, really hide? There
How
are
long?
things that will speak to
science
you,
will do.
that will tell you that you're not going down the right path. So, laying the blame at other people's door should just stop. Stop saying, oh, I married a monster. No. Whether you're talking about a man or a woman, just stop. Because you yourself who married that, in quote, monster, what does that make you? Are you telling me that you were completely blindsided? I'm not. And then again, let me come back and say, even in situations like this, it's not always black and white. Okay? There are people who were married off when they were younger, when they didn't even have a say in the marriage. They were married off. So, honestly, issues like this, I'm very, very careful to weigh in on them, because we don't have all the facts of the case. But what I know by seeing the comments online is that it's very, very sad. People are saying, my Chike, my husband, my boyfriend knows how to keep malice and all of that, And I'm like, is this a funny thing? Is it why, like you people say, you're catching cruise on pain? Why would you want to do that? You know, I always say be careful what you write on social media, because for me, it tells me a lot about who you
Exactly.
are. There's nothing about this Chike situation that is palatable, whether we're looking at it from the perspective of a person like Chike as a star, a singer, and all of that. There's nothing nice about it. It's not nice from Frank's place, who, by the way, had a first marriage. People really liked his first wife too, Catherine Obiang. She's also a journalist, kind of. And, the story was he used to assault her, and he denied it. And many people said, oh, Catherine just wanted to leave his house. The truth has come out now, because, you cannot be doing this back to back. And then even from Susan's point of view, if your husband was keeping malice in quote, was it the case of a bird we won't fly with and they stone him? Do you understand? Unfaithfulness shouldn't be the first thing you want to jump into when things like that happen. Frank himself, why do you want to be silent with someone that you claim that you love
for 3 months?
For 3 months in the same house. That means you're not touching her.
That's too long.
And believe you me, there are women who have been in that situation for years. I've heard about women whose husbands have not even touched them in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Yes.
Huh.
Yes, there are people like that. Okay, so there's really nothing nice about it. It just shows the sorry state in which society has found itself. We've really, really fallen down one kind of dark rabbit hole. And the conversations I'm seeing online, I would beg that any single person or even married person should not even bother to weigh in. It's too toxic, and it's not positive. It's not progressive. The conversations are not such that we're saying, okay, this is the solution. Why don't we look at it like this? The conversations I have been seeing, I don't know about you guys, have been very destructive, very, very, and it's scary, really.
It's just to allow them solve their problem. Just allow them solve their problem. I don't know what. At least they have said that they have divorced or separated.
Divorced.
So it's just this one. This one is just coming off the back of, and it's just like, can we have other conversations too? That's why when we wanted to talk about it on the show, I was just like, I beg, can we just have other conversations too? But if any of us is going to learn from this thing, is just to know that if you have decided to be loyal or faithful to someone, please be loyal to them. I would always say this, that if I'm dating someone and at any point you decide that I am not good enough for you anymore, do not cheat on me, please. Having that conversation will be difficult, but just tell me that, you know what, I am done. Then you can go ahead and, go outside, do whatever it is that you want to do. And maybe me too, if I'm tired of it, I'm just like, oh, this is not serving me anymore, I leave. Let's have that conversation as grown, adults, and just separate. Because cheating, Mayowa used to say this thing. Mayowa would say that he can do business with you, but once he finds out that you're a cheat, you're a married man and you're a cheat, or you're a married woman and you're a cheat, that's the end of the business. Because you can say that, oh, you're loyal in other things in your life, but if you're just loyal in this thing to somebody that you walked down the aisle with, what can you do exactly? What can you do to me that is a stranger?
Absolutely.
And the Bible says, he that is, faithful in small things will be faithful in the big things.
Right.
So, he that is faithful to the people he know will surely try to be faithful to strangers. So, anybody listening, just be loyal. Just be faithful to the people.
I think the word is even honorable.
Yeah, honored, respect.
Give yourself that honor.
Yeah.
Like, if you're tired of a relationship, like Chinwendu said, have the conversation. I'm not feeling it anymore. Talk through the issues. You might find out what the problem is, if there is one. But if genuinely the spark is gone and you are not yet married, by all means, have that conversation and really move on, so that tomorrow you can stand tall anywhere and say, I didn't cheat you. We actually had a conversation and I said, no, I'm not interested anymore. But not this thing that I'm seeing online where people are justifying cheating
Yeah.
and making it seem like it's a cool thing.
Or is
It's
it,
not.
or is a punishment for something?
No, it's not.
No,
it's
I have something to say to what Madam Jackie said.
Yeah.
She said if the spark is gone, move. Even if the spark is still there, and you find out that
Your eye is
it
rough.
cannot
toxic
happen,
or-
or maybe there's some things the person is doing that you don't like, you're seeing some flags you can't take, it's still best you still work out. So that the spark is gone or the spark is still there. Please,
now.
sparkly
Because
leave.
a lot of ladies will be in a relationship with someone that is toxic but is romantic and has his way with words and spoils them. So
Basoro, what do you want to say, Courage?
I said I wanted to.
hey,
It feels like toxic people and being romantic. They're like
5 and
this.
6.
Yeah.
So it's like a string to keep you hooked. If you are not careful, you just remain there. You remain stuck.
Yeah, manipulation.
So I just want to also quickly say that we need to actually recognize the difference between narcissism. Under that, you find people who love bomb. Love bomb isn't romance. It's not romance. Don't confuse romance with love bombing. Love bombing is a strategy. It's a strategy, but romance is it's not something that you plan.
Yeah.
It comes to you naturally because you love that person. So let just know the difference. And it's not difficult to know.
Yeah.
Because love bombing cannot go on sustained for a very long time. And love bombing sometimes gets ridiculous to ridiculous heights where you're, just doing some kind of crazy things.
Yeah.
In this kind of economy where one rose, like one real rose, is for some 6,000 up to 6,000. You find someone love bombing you with thousands of roses and then scatters the petals. If we are living in a place like the US where those things can come cheap, at least for if you're working and you have a good job, but in a place like Nigeria, even a tech bro who has some money is going to find it's silly for me to want to buy roses and cut the petals out and strew them on the floor for you to walk on. I'd rather spend that money on you on dinner or maybe
Gifting.
or a trip somewhere. You'll never forget that those are memories for a lifetime. So
That's how
love
we show
bombing
love.
actually gets ridiculous. It gets to that point.
Yeah.
And that's why I think there was one time we were seeing where girls were turning down marriage proposals in public places. Those girls, I think, were smart. Love bombing is very, very different from romance. Love bombing is a strategy, and you need to recognize it because it does have traits.
Yeah. I want to ask a question before we wrap up the gist segment. So do you think so the conversation was a man can love you and still cheat on you, but he still adores you, loves you and honors you. While a woman, that is what Frank Edo said, while a woman cannot cheat on you unless she doesn't love you anymore. But it's not the woman's beat I want to talk about. It's the man. Do you think cheating and love can exist in one word? And aside from cheating, do you think love, as pure as it should be, can exist with something like toxicity and manipulation? Because a lot of women are in toxic situations and it's just like, but he loves me. He tells me that he loves me. So please, I want Madam Jackie to answer it. Because maybe if we talk now, you'll say, who are you to speak on it? Madam Jackie, please talk.
I really don't have.
Does love exist? Can love exist with manipulation, toxicity, and cheating? Can I say that I love you and still cheat on you?
Okay, so first, a disclaimer. I don't have all the answers. Secondly, I cannot speak for people who grew up not really knowing love. What they knew as love was toxic.
Yeah.
And now they're replicating it in their lives. I cannot genuinely say that someone who grew up under such toxic situations and is replicating it in his or her life does not love, in quotes, I'm using air quotes now, does not love the person that they say they love. You know why?
Why?
Because for them, that's all they know. That's the kind of love that they know. To beat a woman and, the next moment he's romancing her, most likely they have intercourse, right? That's what he knows. And I cannot sit on my high horse and say this person does not love, because for him or her, that is love. That person needs professional help.
Yeah.
But in a situation where someone just on his own decided to maybe read the 48 laws of power or something and decided to become a mafioso in love issues, wanted to play around with people's hearts, then yes, I would tell you that love and cheating cannot, they are two parallel lines. They can never be in the same conversation, because when you love someone, you don't want to hurt that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you don't want to hurt that person, whether before them or in their absence.
Yeah.
You don't want to do any of that. If you have temptation to cheat, you need to ask yourself some really deep questions. What the problem is. For some people, it might be that they love the person, the personality, but are fighting
To accept them as a whole.
the container as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to be able to actually sit down and have a conversation about it, like really be honest, because sometimes your honesty strips away the embellishment on the situation and gives you a true picture of what you want. So things like that happen. But when you love someone, it can never coexist. Now, before you go on your break, I have to say, because there's this, I think, misconception that men cannot be raped, or that a man cannot actually have intercourse without his emotions being involved. Because if you pin a man down into a room right now, incapacitate him for whatever reason, like maybe you lock the door, there are people that are about to beat him outside if he tries to escape, and you start to fondle him, a physiologic reaction might happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? He might, get aroused, but he's screaming inside his head. So I see this misconception all the time. People say, you cannot rape a man, because once that gets up, that means that he's into it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true. A man could actually have all the signs of being, physical signs of being ready for it, but it's not his will.
Yeah.
It can be done against his will. So it's very important that I put that out, because I keep hearing from ladies especially that, no, you cannot rape a man. So simply because, in fact, the funny thing is, a man can actually cheat, sleep with someone that he has no emotional connection with. It was just a physical, like you went to play ball and you came back. So maybe that's what they are talking about, but that does not mean you love the person that you are saying is permanent in your life.
Yeah.
There's a problem there for you to be able to do that in that space. And I'm not contradicting myself, but you see, women, before a woman gets into bed with you, I am not saying it is always black and white.
Yeah.
So we're looking at majority here. Before a woman gets into bed with a man, emotionally, that woman has left that other relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, she's left. Even if she hasn't accepted it to herself,
Yeah.
she's checked out or she's at the door.
Yeah.
A woman finds it difficult to go to that length. Usually, I'm not saying that is like
Or one for all.
or one for all, but the majority of it is when a woman cheats, she follows with her emotions. But a man can actually cheat without emotions. But once again, that does not mean that he loves
the person.
like truly
Yeah.
loves the person who is, so to speak, in his life.
Yeah. So it bothers me whenever someone is raped, be it a man or a woman, and they are like, for the woman, maybe she was mourning, or the man, they are now like, didn't you, that means for you to, mourn, or for your this thing to stand up, that means you enjoyed it. Just like Madam Jackie said, it's a physiological reaction. There's no how they will be touching your, is it erotic nerves now?
Yes. Erogenous
nerves,
right.
zones,
Yes.
and you will not react to it. You can be under attack and still react.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you enjoy or you like what is happening to you. Let's go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue the show. Don't go anywhere.
Know better, feel better on 98.9 Invicta FM. At Prashal Express and Logistics Limited, we offer courier services where we deliver packages of all sizes, documents, goods, and various forms of haulages to every part of the country from Kaduna. You can contact us at Shop FF18 Starcade Shopping Complex, Sabon Tesha, Kaduna, or S20 Zara House, Wandu Road, opposite Disney Chicken, Hamadu Bello Way, Kaduna. Our phone numbers are 0706 210 6674, 0913 775 4873, 0913 776 7475. Our website is www.prashalgroup.com. Prashal Express and Logistics Limited. Be rest assured.
Mama, yanzu na zan wanke maki fararen kayan nan naki.
To, amma ba wanke su kawai zaki ba. Ki tabbatar kin yi amfani da haifo domin yana cire duk wani takaddarin tabo, yana kuma sa fararen kayana su ƙara haske kalkal.
Haka ne, kada ku amince da tabo, ku tabbatar farinku ya ƙara haske kalkal.
Wani abin haushi ya rikide ya zama abin burgewa a gare ni. Sai gumin da yake kaiwa da kawowa cewa ina nake samun kuɗin da nake shiga shagunan sayar da kayan gyaran fata da inganta lafiya. Ya tsamani jikina baya nuna shekaruna, babu alamun gajiyawa a jikina. Gashi kullum a cikin kumari da ƙoshin lafiya nake. Tsarin bada tazara shine babban shagona. Bada tazarar haihuwa ya taimake ni wajen inganta lafiya da kumarina. Bada tazarar haihuwa ya kyautata halittata, ya inganta halittar jikina akan shekaruna. Tsarin bada tazara yana sa jikin iyaye mata ya huta daga ɗawainiyar haihuwa da shayarwa, wanda hakan yake sa uwa ta watsake cikin ƙoshin lafiya.
Tsarin bada tazarar haihuwa yana inganta lafiyar mata tare da ba su damar murmurewa sosai.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa, ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan sako ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar kungiyoyin aidar pronet da fem.
Kyautuwar iyali uba 'ya'ya da ma'uwa.
Mu je zuwa lokaci yayi da za ku inganta tafiyar da kuɗaɗenku. A sauke manhajar Bill Station na iPhone da na Android. Kada ku yi sakefa, hanzarta shiga shafin billstation.com. Ana iya biyan kudaden abubuwa daban-daban ko yin taransifa da sauran mu'amalar kuɗi duk a wuri ɗaya. Bill Station na sauƙaƙa tafiyar da kuɗi. Abokaina, lokaci kuɗi ne fa.
A koda yaushe yarana suna ƙoƙarin koyon karatu. Guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. Yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau. Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yadda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Nigeria has gone digital. Don't get left behind. Join millions already enjoying the benefits of digital television. With free TV, you get over 100 crystal clear channels for movies, sports, and news. All with zero monthly subscription. Just use any free-to-air decoder, point your dish to Nigecomsat, or stream live on the free TV NG mobile app. This message is from the National Broadcasting Commission. Don't wait for your signal to go off. Switch to digital TV today.
Follow all the action as all the whole Football League they end. Who go win the title for Premier League, La Liga and Serie A live only for Super Sport on Top Go TV. Reconnect today. Go TV. Love it.
Mai gida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
In ji? Lallai, da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
Tabɗi, to har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
sallah ta gabato shagungula sun kankama.
More bikin sallar ka da samun garabasa daga kamfanin Itel.
Samu samfurin wayar salula ta Itel City 200 akan farashin 139,900.
Har ila yau zaka samu Itel A200 Plus akan farashin 129,900 tare da samun sauƙin 5,000 a kowane siye.
Garabasar za ta fara ne daga 15 ga watan Mayu zuwa 15 ga watan Yuni. Gaggauta domin samun naka. Itel more rayuwa ta jin daɗi.
Crank up the volume. It's for the sisters.
All right, we don't land for Cross River State. Hope so now they enjoy the view. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to, leave the plane. Let's go and, see what Cross River has for us. But anyways, welcome to For the Sisters right here on your numero uno radio station in Kaduna State. I am talking about Invicta 98.9 FM. We are live on Facebook at Invicta FM 98.9 and on YouTube at Invicta FM 989 online TV. So let's get into Feminine Corner. Feminine Corner today, we're talking about makeup. At what age did you start making up? I want to know what your relationship with makeup is like. Let me start with Madam Jackie. Why not you, ma'am?
Makeup, right?
Yeah.
It started in university because frankly I had that kind of mother that I would never forget the day she came to visit. She and my dad came to visit me in secondary school. I went to a boarding school and I collected one eye pencil from one of my classmates. And I'll never forget, the eye pencil had gold and black. That was how it used to be in those days. One black.
It's black at the bum.
Yes. So I had put it and I was admiring myself. The next day I just heard, your mom is outside there. I went and took my towel and I cleaned and I cleaned. But she still saw it and she was like, what is this? Funny enough, as much as I like makeup, my mom was a no makeup person.
Yeah.
She was a very natural beauty. And she didn't understand it. And she warned me. And so I didn't play around. There was nothing like playing around with makeup. I look at some people nowadays, even their kids, 5-year-old children, they're already playing around with makeup. It wasn't like that for me. But when I got to university, she kind of gave me some. Yeah. So my journey with makeup started in my university days. That's when I started experimenting with makeup, really. But so my makeup routine has only my eyebrow, my eye pencil, and lipstick. I never got around to this blush. This one that the cheeks would now be like red. Eyeshadow, because I just thought it was too much. Maybe a bit of what she was always like, no, isn't this too much? Isn't this too much? This is too much paint on your face. Like, why? So maybe that's influenced my minimal, like the most shouting thing you can ever see me would be my lipstick, but yeah, that's just it. Nothing
now
more.
that you spoke, I can remember my matric day. She told me, she warned me, don't enter the home with an Irua. But I had this lunch mate that wanted to experiment and stuff like that. She really experimented on my face. And that's how I felt cute. I felt good because it was the first time I was ever doing like any form of like heavy makeup. Immediately I said, Chiwedu! I said, please don't even start. Can't you see other girls that apply it? Why would my own be different? I didn't understand like how shocked she was until I saw my pictures. I said, Tutu, I will not just do anything for my face. Because the girl was trying, she was just starting and she was looking for, who to do testing on. So tell me, at what age did you start making up?
I don't. Okay, so if it's eye pencil and all of that, say eye pencil from very small.
Yeah.
My mom used to rub us eye pencil. My mom is a makeup person, so we stopped rubbing eye pencil because people from school started complaining that we're rubbing tiro. That's what they call it in Yoruba, in our eyes. So we should stop.
Why do you need to stop?
They felt like it's not accepted in school. At that point, at the age we've gotten to, so we had to stop it because we started doing, we started applying it on our eyes from like babies till when we were like maybe 6, 7, and stopped. There was this thing. If you stop it, there's this way your eyes might feel like it's leaks. Let's call it leaky or something like that. It starts to feel like maybe eczema kind of marks on your eyelid. And okay, so aside that, one thing my mom always says, don't do makeup that they'll ask who is your mother. Because if I come out, I will tell them that I was not there when you did that makeup. So it was always like a mild kind of makeup. Just apply your foundation, your powder, and the lipstick must be very like moderate. It must not be shouty. That was the rule.
So what's your daily makeup routine now? If
No,
you're out or out
I
of the
don't.
house.
Ah, God, it's been long. I don't apply makeup, but for now, I think lipstick, lip gloss is what I apply.
This topic now made me to remember just on Monday morning, my auntie called me. I call her mommy. Oh, she called me, and she doesn't come. In fact, I'm the one that call home because of distance. So I was like, wow, this woman. I saw 3 missed calls, so I called back. Mommy, good morning. Are you preparing for work? How are you going? You know what she called me to tell me? That the video I posted on my status, she saw the lipstick on my mouth. That is too much. Please reduce it.
You can't even leave home in peace.
And this will be like a normal rant from at home.
Yeah.
None is over the phone. I say, okay, I will reduce it. Is it to go to the video and edit and reduce it? Yeah. Maybe for, I said, no problem, ma. And that's lip balm I used. That lip balm that used to have colors. So I said, okay. I was trying to initiate more conversation. I said, okay, have a nice day. That's what she called me to tell me.
My mom has done that thing. Do you guys remember my red lipstick era last year? Oh my God. This woman, I would just do video say, Chinwendo, get in here, what is happening? Only if I can see EJ and Kaduna, yeah, the two shouty, all the two. I'm like, Mom, it's fine. It's okay. I like it. Maybe if I like it, it's okay. I'll do another. Okay, say, because I create content, I'll batch create with the lipstick for like maybe 10 videos and I'll post it back to her. But I told you not to rub this lipstick. I say, is that day the one I rubbed that day?
Yes.
So is that what do you want me to do? It's crazy.
So I started trying my hands on makeup when I was in secondary school, and my twin sister had a flair for always making up. So guess who her mother was? Me. She'll be doing it to me, making me up everything. And it looked good on me. So sometimes if I'm going to church, I'll just make up. But the first makeup set I got was in my SS3 when I was preparing for the valedictory service. That's so I got a complete makeup set from the primer self, the one you use first, so that you will not sweat, it will not crack. I was ready for the makeup thing now. Then people have gone. My acne started increasing. Even when I wash off immediately, like I use wipes, I wash off very well, I will notice that bumps will start coming out. So I told myself, it's like this makeup thing is not for me. So I just put a permanent pause to this powder, the Mary Kay, the powder. I don't. So my makeup now, my go-to makeup is my eyeshadow, my lip. That's it.
Yeah.
And it always turns out well.
Yeah.
So you just see me down lipstick, lip gloss, or an eyeshadow. That's if I want to be extra eyeshadow. Just know that, okay, I want to give my bam bam. That's it.
So I forgot to mention that I recently got makeup kits this year. And before I paid, because it's been like more than 2 years or 3 I had makeup on. So I was like, what? If I look at Instagram reels, look at your left, your right, you see everybody with makeup. I'm not like, okay, you know how to like, why not just try again? At least just something different on your face. And brethren, since I got it, since the first 2 times I tried to do makeup, I don't think I remember that I had again.
You know, anytime I attempt to actually like do makeup, like work on my brows, and I'm like, yeah, this thing cannot work. It can't work. But anyways, I'll be bringing the makeup professional next week to talk about, especially for this thing you spoke about, like how, the reactions people have to makeup, and you know, how do they know their skin type and what to apply and how to even remove the makeup.
What to be going for, like the right products to use.
Yeah, the right products to use. Okay.
So, but can I say something? Makeup, the way I know makeup is supposed to accentuate.
Enhance.
Enhance. Why didn't we even have that word today?
And our topic is body positivity. Right. A lot of people make up because they don't feel good about themselves.
Some people's makeup completely changes
their personality.
The person, the face. That's I don't know. That shouldn't be, except if it's for creative purposes. Yeah. Maybe you are acting and you need to look like a certain thing or a certain someone. But if not, going out and then makeup completely changes who you are. It's all kind of people that they wash their face. I mean, I listened to one voice call where the man was saying his wife is gone. There's a stranger in
or they won't recognize their bride on the wedding day.
Because of makeup. So yeah, please, by all means, let our makeup be always the one that will enhance, you know. And one beautiful thing about people like you, all three of you hardly use makeup, even to the office. The day you use makeup is always like you just feel like things are happening. No, seriously, because I've seen you guys on makeup and I'm like, wow. So these girls are this beautiful, you know. So that's the good thing about not really using makeup all the time, because when you do use it, it actually carries that wow factor, right? So not like our own.
I also know that, you know, in your teenage years, you would want to do what adults are doing. You want to do makeup, and I was like that, like from when I was in boarding school from like 13 till 15, I was whenever I was going to church because I had a crush there, you know. Just take my aunt's lipstick and just apply purple lipstick. I could just apply, and my mom would be, I'll say apply it and go to church. But then I entered university, and I don't know where that desire went. Maybe all the crush where they get, you know, they really rate me like that. I say, make I just carry my face. So in your teenage years, you want to, you know, do makeup and stuff like that. But then, at least with the conversation I've had with Courage, when we were younger, we wanted to do makeup. But then when you get older and then you have like responsibilities, it's only when you are going for an event.
It's not that. I think you just became more confident.
More confident, okay.
In who you are. That's just the truth.
And another set of people that do these things are brides. I have friends that don't make, like, people that don't make up on the norms, but because it's your wedding, there is this feeling of you need to do that extra. Not only the extra to do, going beyond what you usually do. I was going to be a bridesmaid for one of my classmates. When she finished the makeup, this blush thing we just talked about now, this blush, the husband told her so quietly that, who is your makeup artist? Call her. Take my wife back inside and remove that. That's how he just said it. And he said they will not go to church if she doesn't remove that blush because she's dark.
It actually gets ridiculous. Yes.
It looks somehow.
Dark people, you need to be very careful with blush.
A lot of ladies on and you know that this wedding picture, the thing about spectacular about this wedding is that, you know, that's the big picture that will be hanging in your parlor. Even your children will see that thing. Will you be proud of it, the way you're looking?
Apart from blush, this one too, the bronzer.
Yes.
People have
you want to make their face glitter and pop.
You know.
So and sometimes they take that big wedding enlargement photo at the end of the event when they finish sweating and the makeup is already smeared. So they just want to do extra. Even brides too. Please, if possible, look simple, look fine, so that many years from then, when you see your picture, you'll be proud of it.
There's one of my colleagues that she applies just mild makeup to work, but the day she came in, like very normal. Do this rub foundation and powder. I think that's a kind of makeup and lipstick. The day she came without anything, I'm not capping.
Stop now.
I'm not capping. I did not greet her.
Courage, stop now. Let's go to commercial. I don't think like, see, we're going one past. You just, I beg.
Invicta 98.9 FM.
Europa League final, May 16. Conference League final for May 27. Champions League final for May 30. Hey! All the finals live only for Super Sport on Top Go TV.
From as low as 5,800 naira per month.
Reconnect today. Go TV. Love it.
Kai, Lami, yau na yi kewar girkin ki sosai.
Me gida. Ni ma na yi kewar naka
haka, ka tuna lokacin da nake da ciki kai ne kake dafa mana abinci?
Shi yasa nake son ki sake, don na ci gaba da miki girki.
A'a, jikina na buƙatar hutu, akalla shekaru 3.
3 kuma, ai wata 6 makin murmure.
To ka fara, zan sauko zuwa shekaru 2 da wata 6.
Mu dai ce shekaru 2.
Amma ka tabbata ka cika alƙawari fa.
To shikenan na amince. Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan yawon ku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, gara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da hypo toilet cleaner.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Join the game on promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
We are the station that all the stations listen to. Invicta 98.9 FM.
I'm in the body, me better than the other than the African body. You know me body, the body. You know me better than the average African body.
She say body, the body, me uncle the body. Say she want a piece, me say happily mommy. Yeah, me love a girl who take care of your body. Me love a girl who ain't afraid of no.
Yemi Alade, Conscience, Femi One with a song Body Remix. You're still listening to For the Sisters. On Facebook, we have Musa Emmanuel Abdul saying good evening. He came back to say no excuses to justify cheating. May God help this our new generation of marriages. Ozoma, Joseph Ozoma Warago is saying good evening, Mommy Jacqueline Adebija and all the sisters in the studio. Okay, he's saying, Madam Jackie, I have said it all. Just keep on the good work. May God help our marriages. Dalamiko Wakili is saying, very interesting topic. Truly, anything that you don't want someone to do to you, don't even think about doing it to someone. So cheating is cheating. You can't give it a different meaning. Victor Sule is saying, on a good evening, Invicta FM Auntie Jackie, watching all the way from Angarimi. Quarters. Okay, so let's get into our main topic for today: body positivity. Last 2 weeks it was International Zero Diet Day, and we invited Madam Jackie on that show to talk about weight loss and the diet, and I spoke about keto and the things that people go through in order to just lose weight. So let's talk about body positivity. The whole, body insecurity is what has promoted this whole BBL culture, plastic surgery basically, and just wanting to revamp what God has created. So have you experienced any form of body insecurity? How am I going to start with? Let's start with Maybell. Have you experienced any form of body insecurity?
Why is Chinwe so wicked?
Let's start from me.
So what's the question?
Have you ever experienced any form of body insecurity? Like you looked at yourself and you're like, oh no, God, why?
Yes, I have.
One year now.
The upper echelon.
Your mammary glands?
Yep. Yep. Among my friends growing up, I was the first to start wearing braziers. So they were calling me Brazil, Brasilia, anything that has a bray around it.
Oh,
and sometimes my big brothers would just finish having a heated fight with the guys in the block. Then they will come back filming, telling me, don't mind them. They are saying you're touching yourself. That's why your body is big. Don't worry, don't mind them. So there was a lot. So I was saying, this is what people are saying about me. And when some people see me, they'll just start having those kind of conceptions. And yeah, you heard of me saying acne. I started having pimples as young as 7. My dad didn't even want to believe that this thing is pimple. He said maybe it's an infection. You're too young. What do you know that's pimple? You're not even an adolescent. So people said there's this stereotype that it's people that have already become sexually active that have pimples. And all these things were wrong. So I was like, nah, I was insecure about the face. I was insecure about my body. Yes, there goes your answer.
I've heard this thing of, Bele. You know, I've heard the scene of if you thought it was in boarding school, right? Also when you get the mammary gland, they say just is if you the more you touch it, not in a sexual way, but the more you touch it, it will grow. And just you saying this and just reminded me.
As a young girl, men will make advances at me because they will feel like I'm already loose for my body to be that big. So they'll be like, maybe I'm used to it or something.
Yeah.
Even in university, some lecturers will ask me that, are you married? Or am I a nursing mother? Because if they see, they will just say, are you Ikunwa? So they attend to me fast. And I'll be like, no, I'm not a nursing mother. I was standing in the line. I'm a young girl, you know. Somebody has even asked, but I can't remember. In this Kaduna as I came, maybe he was trying to look for a reason to cut. I don't even know, to help me. He was not looking. Maybe why should I give up this for you? I said, okay, you're not a mother, right? I said, no, sir, if you want to help me. I'm a young girl.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, do we know Diary of a Niger Girl, Ife Dyer? You know, she had big mammary glands. Okay. Yeah, she did. And she said she had to go through, surgery to reduce it because it was affecting her back. And people were still saying, oh, plastic surgery is the way God created you. You should leave it like that. Well, it's another conversation we'll have during this show. When can you have plastic surgery? When it is for, it's not just for beauty, but for, for convenience, for
and
comfortability.
it affects the posture, the chest pain.
Have you ever considered reducing the size?
Yes, because the rate at which it's increasing these days is quite alarming. And I've told myself, I'm not even pregnant yet, because I heard when ladies take in, it will get bigger when you are breastfeeding. I said, there's a limit to what somebody can carry you. But I've prayed about it, and I told God because a friend of mine told me this girl was my secondary school mate. But if you see her, you think she's our age mate. The day she told me her real age, then she showed me a picture of how she used to be. She's a full woman. But she told God, these people will mock me if I'm sitting in the same class with them. JS1, can you shrink me, make me smaller? And she showed me if she didn't show me her picture before, I would not believe.
Wow.
Though towards her SS3, her hips, they're coming at her body, then I now knew that was an answer prayer. I said, God, I'm drawing strength from this one. No.
Yeah.
Medicine no grow past like this, so
yeah.
But yes, I would consider a corrective surgery on that if it gets bigger when I'm done. What they call it, weaning or breastfeeding. Yes, I will definitely do that if it gets too big. Yep.
Oh, interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Talk to me, Courage.
About my body.
Yeah, body insecurity. Have you ever experienced that before?
Okay, so I think I used to think height for me. I actually think I was going to be very tall. I won't forget when I was in JS2 girls. No, not
you know what, in boarding school they say you all of you are the shortest guys. Don't worry, in 3 years I'll be tall.
There was this girl, she was like, let me see, she was 17 when we were in JS2.
Yeah.
And she was like tall. I told her I won't forget the joke. Sometimes when I stay, I just remember what I told her. And I said, she was like, okay, I was trying to write on the board, and she was just stretching. She was just writing, I look at this short girl, and I said, don't worry, we're in JS2, right? I said, don't worry, you're in JS2. You are already 17. You are 5 years. I've been 6 years older than me. Don't worry. Before I get to JS2, when I get to SS1, I'll be taller than you.
You see the way you did.
So it didn't really work that way. I think height was one thing I thought I was going to be tall. So aside height, I think hips too. At the point I was like, what's happening? You should be out now.
Yeah.
I thought it happens by age. When you're advancing.
Once puberty gets
once you get to 15, 16, 17, 18, like you should be out. What's going on? At the point I was like, why are you not coming out the way you should?
Yeah.
But then I got to, let's say I got confidence. I was confident about my body, and I got to understand that everybody is unique the way they are, and I accepted me the way I am.
Oh, you tell us how you got to that place. So, Madam Jackie, the one.
I mean, look at me. Where do I start?
Yeah.
It was everything. Really. I've always been a very big person. In fact, my mom God rest her soul, used to tell me that when she would take me out that time as a baby, people would come and actually touch me without permission, because they would have been arguing amongst themselves that whether my mom was carrying a baby doll, a lifelike baby doll, or not, because I was very black.
Yeah.
And the black was like shiny, and then I was very, very big, like very big. So my mom said many times people would just come up to her and touch her and say, "Is she real? Is she real? Is she real?" Like that. So I've always been a big person, and like I shared the last time, it followed me into school. You know how cruel children can be. I mean, every name you can think about, Fatty Bonbon, Dunlop, the names, some of them I forget now, many of them I forget, but it was like that through school.
Yeah.
Even teachers would bully me, like if I did anything wrong, it would always come back to my weight. Look at you, look at how you are, and you're still doing this, you're stubborn, you're this, you're that. So I grew up under that, to the point where when I was in Form 1, my parents took me to a physiotherapy clinic at that time. I mean, like, can you imagine in those days for parents to actually, two of them, to enter a car and put their child into a car and take her to the clinic? So in that clinic, they will give me exercise. Oh, I would be crying and crying and crying. And then when I finish the exercise, they'll say I should just go and take a glass of water, go home, not eat for about an hour after, before I eat food. And I would get to, when I look left and right, I would just go straight for one of those. Because while I wasn't happy with the name calling and everything and the way I really felt about myself, I didn't really used to look in the mirror, because I didn't like to see myself, really. And so it was that bad, you know, it was that bad. In Form 1, I was something else. I was dirty. I wasn't interested in taking care of myself. And then to worsen it, I was away from home. And I think it was sometime in Form 3. I think when
Form 3 is like just 3?
It's like just 3,
Okay.
right? Because they only added one more year. So I finished when it was still Form 5.
Okay.
But they now added 1 year, which is the SS3 now,
yeah.
right? So I think it was in Form 3 when one new guy came into school and sent a letter that he had a crush on me, like,
oh my
I
God.
like you, you're pretty, this, and I'm like,
It's just
what are you
one
talking
me.
about somebody else or me? So I started to take notes of myself. That was when I started putting small powder, like feeling myself, you know, like that. But even then, I struggled with myself, like seeing myself as an attractive person, someone worthy of love. So I'll tell you that even when I finished secondary school, I got into university almost immediately. And when we would go for parties that my parents did not know about, that's a story for another day, I would just, like, inside me, I was crying for someone to take notice, because my friends, everybody would have guys saying, can we dance? Can we dance? Can we dance? You know, nobody used to ask me to dance. But looking back now, I was just like a lump of dough sitting in one corner, frowning. Like my face used to be really tough, until one day we went for the party, came back, everybody was like, I enjoyed the party. This guy said I should come and see him. This guy. And they're like, Jackie, so, and I just burst into tears. And they're like, what's wrong with you? And I said, nobody asked me to dance and all of that. And they said they've been wanting to tell me, but the way I frown whenever we go for parties, like, did they force me? Why do I follow them like that? Because, you know, but it didn't stop. It had gone so deep that I had become, I don't know how to describe it. I had just become, wherever I would be, I would find myself in the midst of people. I couldn't be the fun person I was with my friends.
You just shrink.
I just shrink into like a shell, like a tortoise.
Mm-hmm.
I would just shrink into my shell and not talk to anyone.
Do you think it's because you already had like an assumption of what people were thinking about you?
Yes, I was thinking for people, okay, so they've not come to ask me to dance because I must not look fine.
Yeah.
You know, my friends were wearing maybe like they could get into the latest jeans, which I couldn't. And I wasn't brought up in that kind of place where you could get things for yourself. I know the kind of dresses that mothers get.
Maybe Amaka.
You know, sure. So those are the things I would wear to those parties. And so for a very long time, I think up until my maybe third year, that was when I just started to like talk to myself. Like I would consciously feel when I go into a crowd, I consciously feel the muscles. Like when I started realizing it, the tension under my
jaw.
Yes, my jawline would be tense and all of that. And I don't know, if I'm going to be honest, I think it must have been up until as recently as 2020 that I just said, you know what the heck?
Really?
Yes. I would save my money that my parents would give me, my, just monies from everywhere.
Yeah.
My parents, my siblings, like that, just to go and buy slimming tablets. Many of them fake drugs. I started having pain in my side, like in my kidneys.
Yeah.
So I did all sorts. You don't want to even let me take you there. I don't want to run the risk of them coming to sue us. I would have called the name of one of these multi-level marketing supplements that they said. I think that thing, the Chinese people that used to make that thing were putting some kind of parasite in that thing, because you would actually lose weight. And so I started taking it and taking it and taking it until I stopped losing weight. And then I had ulcers in my tummy. I had ulcers.
There were things like eating the skin.
Yes, it was very, very, very painful. Like the tummy ache I would have, and it took years upon years upon years. When I went to the doctors, I had to have, I've forgotten the name now. It's just flew out of my head now. Where they put a tube down your throat.
Catheter?
No. There's a word for it. They put a tube that has a camera down your throat to go and see and take some pieces out of your intestine to see if it's whatever is going on there is not cancerous, because the pain was terrible, until I started taking probiotics. I was taking all sorts of things to heal myself. And then COVID came and a lot of people died. You were seeing on TV, people just dying. And I'm like, so what really am I, I was trying. And then to worsen
colonoscopy?
No, it's not there's another one. It's not colonoscopy. It's a tube that has a camera that goes down your mouth into your intestine. Yeah. So to worsen it, my husband exactly isn't a fat people person.
Yeah.
Now God just joined us, So I was trying my best to don't be bigger than what you are, especially after the kids. I was trying my best not to be worse than what it was before. Until I got to that point, I think it was 2020, it was that COVID time. And I just said to myself, you're this worried all your life. You've been worried about how people perceive you. You're not enjoying your life. It's always when we go out to eat, I'm saying, hey, please, I'm watching my weight. Please, this, that. Watch your weight, but enjoy your life too. It shouldn't be have a very healthy relationship with food. Don't be that person that is always enjoy yourself. Because we pray for life, a long life. But even if we're all blessed with long life, along the line, you're missing out on life.
Yes.
You're missing out on life. You're going to look back and wonder, where was I in those moments? If you're always worried about how you look, what you are eating, your kids. You know, you can't even really play with your kids and all of that. So yeah, at that point, and I think my life has always been kind of like that. For the longest time, I was too scared to drive until the night my son took ill, and I just picked up the keys and I drove to the hospital.
Yes.
You know, so like you just of course my husband had taught me, my father had gotten me, you know, a driver to teach me. I was always scared of driving, always scared of driving. Until that night he just took ill and he was breathing up. I say, what's going on here?
because of my weight, I should allow myself
So I just jumped into the car and I drove. I actually drove. So that was how I started driving. So for me, COVID, I just said, look,
I want to know, like, is there a scenario like where you were just like
endoscopy? That is it. That's the word.
Is there a point during that COVID-19? Can you remember the time where you were? That were just like, what is this thing I am doing? Like, what made you get tired of being tired of the whole thing?
So people had been dying all across the world. You know, there was this surreal moment when the world went still. It was really scary, you know. It hadn't happened before in my lifetime to not have people on the streets in the world, not in Nigeria, like maybe they do riots, they say make everybody sit down for house. No, all over the world, people were at home. Nobody knew what was going on. So it was really scary.
Was it the mortality, like the fact that death the thing that just, I'm going to live my life?
No, it was the person I lost. My cousin, right? So, she was a vibrant, beautiful soul, and I just said, "What the heck?" She's gone. So that was it for me. That was the switch, and I like, take me as you see me.
I love
it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. That's exactly,
Wow.
But please, it's not all roses. I've lost jobs because of the way I look. People look at you and they think this girl cannot get things done. She's going to be sluggish. She's most likely going to be, you know, more of a burden on the organization than. So it's not. We just summarize. It's not really as, you know, like go lucky, happy, like so I just got rid of it. And
sometimes you still feel bad about it.
Yeah, because sometimes you look back and you just think to yourself that if I had been some other kind of body type, I would probably be working in, you know, some big organization or something that really cares about how curvy and how, you know, petite their staff look. And you start thinking to yourself that why did I have to come, you know, looking like this, or why couldn't I have even tried to trim down to. But
now that you're talking about
you
jobs,
know, listen, I delved into acting. Do you know that producers will give me sexual roles or motherly roles, but never the young girl role that I want?
Funny enough, did you read the article by this girl too who has a big bust?
The one you mentioned now, Ife Dayo.
No, is it Ife Dayo? She's a very popular actress. So is it Bolaji?
Always
the side chick. Nobody wanted
she
to give
said
her.
that. Yes, I read that. So even when I'm not seeing them directly, when I now send my picture, you just say, no, you don't fit into me. I just understand. I say, no problem. So I had to turn down many roles and I had to get rejected many times.
Wow. So you're saying, wow.
There's a lot of heartache. A lot of heartache that comes with it. I cannot tell you what to do with your body, but I don't think you should get
and
surgery.
Being a twin,
I
if you see my twin,
morbid fear for breast reduction. I lost another friend like that.
True breast reduction.
Yes.
It's
She
one
went
of the
to
safest
I don't know. She went to somewhere in Enugu, and that was where she died. Like from reduced the breast, the fluid stopped. Like she kept the lymph fluid kept coming and all of that. She was even on Facebook, like, I don't know, the thing just morphed into something else. At the end of the day, started talking about cancer, but the only thing that she went for was that she had backache, and because she was really, really busty.
You know, people tell you when it comes to plastic surgery, you should actually do your research and find like good hospitals. Of course, the good hospitals will be very expensive.
And maybe at that time, that surgery had not become, now you can just, it's a walk-in surgery, just with, but maybe but back then they were still learning. So anybody at that time is just like,
even we heard of Dr. Anu, the woman that was arrested, the doctor that was arrested, that a lot of people died because she did BBL on them. She was just doing practice.
There were years that if you needed to do all those kind of corrective surgeries, you need to just fly out, because anything you're doing in Nigeria,
I'm talking about like 5 years ago.
But it's
like
just it's of recent.
It's still recent.
I think Nigeria is the best place to do that.
I don't know, but
me, I've just told you I should not get that. I'm a twin, so when I stand with my sister like this, you won't even believe we are twins. They'll ask if she's taller than me, but they will ask if I'm her older sister. But I'm her twin sister, and she came out before me.
Which older than you?
She came out before me.
No, but the way because of how she looks.
They will think I'm the elder sister. Yeah, because of the pimple, the body, everything. So people even start suggesting that I should just eat up so I can be chubby. If I'm chubby, it will rhyme with the big bust. At least I will not be looking like P. A friend of mine described me as P. Like this, that the front is big, then the whole back is, so I should add so that it will augment it. And me, I don't like to be plus. I don't, because when I feel that I'm getting heavy, there's this fatigue just to walk up the step.
It gets difficult for you.
I don't like being big. So when they see me walk out, I went to register at the gym here as I just got here. So they asked me, so what would you like to walk on? As he's talking to me, so he's looking down at my breast. That's in his mind now. I want to come and be doing bust reduction. I just thought I want to be fit.
Yeah.
But I thought I was coding it. I was too shy to say it.
Okay.
I just observed that.
So let's go into the confidence part, because your stories have taken up the 30 minutes that we have, but I think it was very, very important for the person listening to understand that they are not alone, because I believe there is somebody listening that have related to all of your stories. I, for one, I've never been insecure about my body, like heavily insecure about my body. The only thing was that I just thought I was not friendly enough or good enough for people to relate with me, but body-wise I was good. The only thing I'm insecure about is just my mind and the way I think. That's where I have an insecurity in. But recently I started adding weight, and people had a lot to say about my body, and because I've never been insecure about my body, both weight-wise, height-wise, one day I had to say, you cannot come and spoil my peace for me, because I've been at peace with this body that I have. So I want to know, when people say these things to you, have you ever gotten to a place of saying, do not talk to me like that? And how did you build up to telling people to never talk about your body? Let's go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue the show. Don't go anywhere.
You know you make me wanna sit down, panic na marinate, baby boy na kajina and tonic zimeshika na keja kenoja kanaitika uno mama theas kwenye speaker.
You know you make me wanna spend all my pounds on you, jump on your ones and twos, spend all my dollars on you. Yeah. You know you make me wanna give up my time for you.
Invicta FM.
Follow all the action as all the whole football league they end. Who go win the title for Premier League, La Liga and Serie A live only for Super Sport on Top Go TV. Reconnect today. Go TV. Love it.
Kai Awal, ina da wata matsala. Farashin komai na ta hauhawa. Na kasa samun hanyar turawa abokan cinki na kaya zuwa Kano ba tare da na yi asara ba.
Musa, ya kake wahalar da kanka ne? Kana buƙatar abokin hulɗa da ya fahimci wannan matsalar tashin farashin.
Kana nufin wanda zai bada ainihin taimako?
Ina nufin Prashal Express. Ina aiki da su gurin tura kayayyaki ko takardun sirri. Suna kuma kaiwa har gida. Sun iya aiki sosai. Ga kuma sauƙin farashi.
Suna aiki a duk faɗin ƙasar nan?
Lagos, Benin, Makurdi da sauran jihohi. Kawai ka kira su. Muna isar da sakonnin manya ko ƙananan kaya har ƙofar gida. Prashal Express and Logistics Limited amintaccen kamfani ne. Shin aiki ya rike ka a ofis ko farashin sufuri na damun ka? Muna ba da tabbacin yin maka amintaccen aiki. Ana iya samun mu a shago mai lamba FF18 a ginin Starcourt Plaza da ke sabon tasha, ko a lamba S20 Zara House a kan titin Ahmadu Bello Way, Kaduna.
Sun riga sun ɗauki kayan, suna da sauri.
A kira mu a 0700 62 10 6674 ko 091 37 75 4873. Prashal Express and Logistics. Muna ba ku tabbaci.
A koda yaushe yara na suna kokarin koyon karatu. Guje-guje cikin wasa na rage musu kuzari. yasa kullum bana rabuwa da Milo a gida.
Ni da mai gidana mun dace da zaɓi mai kyau.
Ina godiya da farin ciki kasancewar Milo an yi shi daga sinadari masu inganci kamar su dawa, madara da koko. Shi yasa na tabbatar da yadda yake inganta lafiyar yarana tare da basu kuzari da safe.
Shin kun gaji da wahalar biyan kuɗaɗe kamar na katin wuta? Ai kuwa, a Bill Station ana iya yin hakan cikin daƙiƙa kaɗan. A biya ko aika kuɗi cikin sauƙi. A ko'ina kuma a kowane lokaci. Ga sauƙi, sauri da tabbacin kariya. Bill Station, kuɗinku, manhajarku.
Ki huta mama, yanzu na zan wanke maki fararen kayan nan naki.
To, amma ba wanke su kawai zaki ba. Ki tabbatar kin yi amfani da haifo domin yana cire duk wani takaddarin tabo yana kuma sa fararen kayana su ƙara haske kalkal.
Haka ne, kada ku amince da tabo, ku tabbatar farinku ya ƙara haske kalkal.
Ku yi tunanin gida, inda uwa ke da lokacin karanta wa ɗanta littafi, yayin da wani yaron kuma yake wasan gina gida a gefenta. Babu hantara, babu gaggawa, sai zunzurutun soyayya da ta ninku sakamakon samun lokaci. Wannan shine damar da tazarar haihuwa ke bayarwa, wato dama ta gani da sauraro. Kuma a irin wannan yanayi ne yara suke bunƙasa.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan sako ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar kungiyoyin aidap pronet da fem.
iyali uba 'ya'ya da ma'uwa.
Mai gida, zo ka ji yadda jaririn ke motsi a cikina.
In ji? Lallai da alama wannan na da ƙarfi sosai.
Mana, da wa kake gani zai yi kama?
Da ni mana.
A'a, da ni wannan zai yi kama.
To wanda zai zo bayan wannan zai yi kama da ke.
Tabɗi, to har yaushe zan jira wancan ya zo?
Kamar shekara 2 haka.
Kaga a lokacin na samu ƙwarin jiki.
Tattaunawa tsakanin ma'aurata yana da muhimmanci. Mu tattauna.
We are the station that all the stations listen to. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Joke boy.
Holy mountain. Ayọ̀ mi tó wà ní Ìbàdàn, bàbá jẹ́ kí dá padà wá. Ayọ̀ mi tó gbé lọ sí Ìbàdàn, bàbá wa ń dá padà wá. Olúwa dá padà wá, ẹ bá ń dá padà wá. Bá mi gbómi tí mo gbé kaná, wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tó bá lọlé, ó tún máa padà wá, ká tún gbé fún ara wa. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, àti mọ́ra wa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ládùúgbò mi, àwọn ọmọ líle, wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn.
Okay, so let's wrap up the conversation.
Okay.
We're on air. Okay, so I see how Madam Jackie here, Courage is here, Mabel is here, and I'm here. What is your name? Rahim. I almost forgot your name. Rahima is here. Okay, so for you, Madam Jackie, when people said those things to you, how did you always tell them to never tell you that? Yeah, why?
You get tired. Like, how many people do you really want to tell? You go into a bus and someone is saying, I beg, madam, you go try pay for 2 people low because you don't come occupy everywhere. Would I? Do you want to see me like exchanging words with a bus driver who obviously speaking out of ignorance? No. So for me, what you think about yourself is the most important thing. You cannot take offense every time somebody says something about how you look. As a matter of fact, I learned how to laugh it away. Sometimes, even though I would be kind of pissed, but I would just laugh it away and then, as much as possible, quickly try to get past it. Because in our society, maybe in other climes, we would be able to address such issues like, don't talk about my body. We're not that close.
Yeah.
But in the society in which we live, people make your business their business.
Yeah.
They comment on how you look. Do you want me to insult a mama who is obviously older than me, saying, you're a small girl, oh, look at how you fool everywhere. You have to try so that you can find a husband. People will come up to you and tell you such things.
If it's a one-off, if it's somebody you work with, right? If it's somebody you work with, or a relative, or somebody that you see every time, and every time they see you, they make that statement. Don't you think it is right?
No,
for
then
you?
if you work with someone like that, so that means if you don't address it, it will become a recurring thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's best that you address it. I don't know. I mean, like, every circumstance is different. But I would say try your best to not make too much of a thing about it, because I'm also someone who has come to realize that you don't let people know what really hurts you. Because when you let people know, some people might pretend like, oh, so I'm sorry and all of that, but you've given them ammunition.
Yes.
Okay?
Power.
So even when it hurts you, don't let it show. Like, you address it, let people know that, look, I don't think you and I have that kind of relationship where you feel free to comment on my body the way you like, so just stop it. But don't let people know that it's hurting you, like really hurting you. What you've said has, eaten deep somewhere and is affecting you. Like that, no.
I think I learned that from secondary school. So that is how you get bullied. So I watched how people bully other of my classmates and all. So that was how I grew my confidence from bullying, from people trying to bully me. So there are times when you hear porridge, asaro, anything that has age in it, are like, oh, porridge. So one thing I did was in fact, I'll be the favorite to even say porridge, so that you know that doesn't hurt my skin. But there were times where I felt like, why everywhere? My name is Corey, everywhere asaro, porridge, and porridge. That's not my name. But I didn't make it obvious for them to know that it's really hot or it pained me at a particular point when they were saying it. And I noticed that there was a particular friend of mine, they were calling her Bone because she was so slim. She would always react. She always chase them. She always complain about it. And they kept on calling her that name till she finished school. But for me, I was, in fact, before they would even say that, sounded like, okay, it's not a thing. I think that is also one way to deal with things like this, like maybe insecurities, or maybe someone making you feel like you're not of yourself. Yeah. So one way to handle it, like Madam Jackie said, is to not make them know that it got to you.
Okay, that is fair, because I would always, it's not as if you would always react to it every time, but I feel like just once in a while, it really fast while novi. Show them that okoto career that you cannot be moving mad, because some people are really, really wicked, and sometimes you just need to put people in their place. But I think I kind of agreed. Sometimes you just ignore and move past. It was there are a lot of things that have happened to me the past week, and it's just why would this person say this? I'm just you know what? I'm just going to pay deaf ear, I didn't hear you. And sometimes these people, they will be like, oh, did you hear what I said? Because you want my reaction. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you that thing that you're looking for. So maybe one of you. So when people say things about your body, are you of the opinion that you should tell them never to say that to you? Or
the normal response people want to say is give them back to back, answer them. But the truth is, this now coming from experience, you would not even want to draw more attention to yourself. Because once you answer, people will turn to see that person, and they will not look at that thing that the person used to yab you to check if it's the people can be very funny. They may not be bold enough to see it, but their eyes will want to look. So I don't want to draw more attention to myself. I ignore you. I'll pass. Nobody will even know that it's me they said it to. For me, I will know that, okay, yes, I'm the one. Then if it's within colleagues, like people I talk to, that one is for strangers. People I talk to, I'll tell you, don't talk about my body. I don't like jokes about my body. I don't appreciate it. And now, I don't also comment on people's body or something that you will not come and say, but you told me this now. No. So I don't do it to you, please don't do it to me.
So if you put a boundary, you are the first person that will respect your boundary.
Exactly.
Because when people see that you respect it, like if you don't like people gossiping about you, why are you gossiping about another person? You understand?
Yeah.
So, Madam Jackie, please speak briefly on this before we go, because we're actually out of time. For married women, there's this pressure, or even an industry has been built out of it, that, married women, once you give birth, you need to get snatched immediately. Your belly should be flat. There should be no evidence that your body went through, let me just call it, that's the word that is in my mind now, hell, that your body went through a change, or, an evolution. What do you think about that?
If you're lucky, I feel people who have kids early, their body snaps back real quick, or faster than others. But then again, I think genetics plays a very huge role too in how quick or how well your body snaps back. Love your body. Like you said, that body has been through hell. There are people who went into that room and never came back out alive. So if you're here with or without your baby, because there are also people who went after all the 9 months of wahala and came back without a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're here with your baby, be grateful. If you're here without your baby, also be grateful. It is a body that has worked for you and continues to work for you because you're alive. The way I see my body now, really, I'm more grateful. It's not like I'm not trying to still be fit, because as you grow older, you also want to ensure that you're still able to move your limbs and do other things. So yeah, I try my best to stay away from sweet things and all of those things just to be fit. But I'm not looking for I carry triplets. I have my stomach muscles separated. I had them normally. It wasn't surgery. Okay.
Wow.
So I'm grateful to God. I still have that. My tummy is not snatched, not by a long mile.
And so another pressure. So the word can pressure you, but then being pressured by somebody you married that is meant to be supportive for you
is another level.
So
right.
Can you also speak to that?
Okay, yeah. So if you're lucky, you'll marry your friend. I married my friend. So I pray that everybody gets that. That's the truth. Because we can him and I actually look at ourselves and we laugh. You tell me that this was not what I married, but in a very jocular manner, I'll tell you that you must see, look at this, But that's not what a lot of people have. There are people who take it far too serious. Sometimes him and I are on the bed and like, we really need to start taking walks. Like, we're not fit. And he would like, tomorrow God will help us. So that's the way it is. So I married my friend, really. It wasn't always like that. We also had our very rough spots, which I've always been honest about. But we were able to come to where we are at right now. So I do really hope that people marry their friends, because nobody who says they love you should put you through
or threaten that because you got pregnant, gave birth, and your body's like this, I'm not going to go outside.
For our own child, the child that you and I made, that God blessed us with. I mean, like, isn't it? That's weird for someone who says that they love you, right? So, and that's why, let me just quickly say, I know you say we're out of time, but if you're in a relationship where the guy is beginning to say, oh, if you only were a little bit taller, you for fine die. Be careful. Yeah, be very, very careful, because that person is already sowing seeds of inferiority. Yes, inferiority complex in you. Someone who loves you will love there's a man I know that they said in those days when he was courting his wife, in fact, after they married, he would tell her she had K-legs. He would tell her to be walking in front, like, the K-legs give him joy. Like, I'm proud. I love this. Okay? So he's going to love everything about you. Even your flaws that he doesn't like, he's going to say, it is my flaw. Live and like that. So be very careful if you're single with a guy who is already sowing seeds, trying to make you feel like, if I know they're here to love you, nobody else.
Or a better thing is, okay, if I tall, if I fine, brother, I know tall now, or your girl look for who tall. Finish.
That's what I'm saying, be careful. But a lot of girls would stay.
Yeah.
And keep They will want to try. Okay, maybe start wearing high heels.
Bro.
It will
Your
never
leg
be
will just
enough.
pain you.
What you go, they wear high heel, he will look for something else.
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so there's a young lady or even a married woman, a pregnant woman who is struggling with her body. You can each speak to how Otosi Diginobi, how it is in your heart. Otosi Masegi, speak to that person. Let me start with, okay, Madam Jackie should end for us. Mabel, speak to that lady.
Okay, so that
Briefly,
really listening to me briefly now. God made them large, medium, slim. You fit into one of these. Be it and live your life. That's all I have to say.
So one thing I would tell any lady listening right now, there is no you in two places. It's just you that looks like you. So embrace you and love you for you.
Love yourself. If you cannot love yourself, how do you expect someone else to come love you? So first, love yourself. Be good. Be kind to yourself. There's someone out there for you. If you're not yet married, wait for that person. The person is around the corner.
Okay, thank you so much. You
They're
guys
not-
are
if they're
really
married, then
gracious
call
today. And my prayer to you is that one day, in your birthday suit, you'll be standing in front of your mirror and you just smile because you know that no matter what people have said, no matter how they saw you, you have realized, you have come to the realization that you are a banging person. You're a body. God did not close his eyes to create you.
Body teeth.
Body okay.
Body okay.
Thank you so much, Madam Jackie. Thank you so much, Courage. Thank you so much, my beloved. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Raima. Thank you to everybody that joined us on Facebook and YouTube. This show makes a return. Same time, same station at exactly 8 p.m. every Wednesday. From our ladies, we are saying bye-bye. I'll go back to Kaduna State.
Sadly,
Yes, I
yes.
cannot stay there.
Good night.
Tata, Minu, Abubakar, all of them are my guys. Sides. I know say when you see my bank account, you go surprise. Why? Walai, money plenty for my hand. Die. My lights, they shine for nights. Bami bomi tí mo gbé kaná wọn ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tó bá lọlé ó tún máa padà wá ká tún gbé fún ara wa. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money àti mọ́ra wa. Yeah, yeah.